Hey man, y'all see it, man. All right. First and foremost, you know, we want to give all glory, honor, and praise unto Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashem,
Bashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Bashem,
Bashem,
Rakakwadash.
Rakakwadash.
This your brother Yawatazak.
It's your brother Parathon Shalom.
All right, we want to give double honors to the elder and apostles at Great Millstone who teach and rule well. All right, and who taught us this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect, pushing this rock to the four winds, clustered here in the Americas and scattered abroad. To you, we say shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
All right, so what you just saw was a clip from the show on Netflix called Black Mirror. The specific episode is called Metalhead. All right, the reason that I brought this up is because recently, I'm going to say that the media has been relaying a mentality, okay, or a normalcy bias, if you will, with a bunch of different, robots, so to speak. All right. Let's see. I want you to check something else out real quick. A bunch of different drones and whatnot. Yeah, this is one of them, but before we get here, I wanted to play something else real quick.
Meet Root. We can save you hundreds on your car insurance. Download the Root app and see how much you can save.
A video posted online showing shots being fired from a drone has caught the attention of federal aviation officials and people around this small Connecticut town.
There's no accountability for it. Somebody can be flying this thing from God knows where.
The FAA says it's looking into whether 18-year-old Austin Howitt violated any agency regulations. Local police are also investigating. Howitt did not return messages from the Associated Press.
Considering it's in Clinton, I work at the outlets, that's a scary thing to think about.
I'd hope there'd be some laws on that real fast to stop that.
In the 14-second video, the drone, jury-rigged with a handgun, is seen firing 4 shots into a wooded area.
We see what people say on the internet when they can hide behind anonymity. When somebody can fire a gun and not be accountable for it, that just brings it to a whole different level.
Howitt's father told WFSB TV last week that his son created the drone with the help of a professor at Central Connecticut State University. Kathy Matheson, Associated Press.
All right, so you see that. All right, that was a dude basically, strapped a gun, all right, onto a drone, all right, and he was arrested eventually and charged, all right, with a couple felonies, if I'm not mistaken. All right, I also want to go here. All right, this just came out by this article about this guy, Lynn, the sleep paralysis demon or some bullshit. But he had, I'm going to read it. It says, today in the news, you can use a brief guide of killing those quadrupedal robots that you've seen in countless viral videos, bouncing across the landscape like nightmare spider horses. All right. And it says, if you or someone nearby are being brutalized by a police spot robot, here's the meat of it. All right. And it basically goes into a pretty detailed schematic of the inner workings and the power sources of this thing. OK, and make no mistake, this is not science fiction. What you just saw was a science fiction show. All right. Which was critiqued from real life things. All right. On the screen right now, you'll see one of the NYPD's new robotic dogs. OK, and that thing is just going to be trotting around the hood. All right. How long do you think it's going to take before they start weaponizing these things, man? All right. They already use it in the military and they're militarizing the police and they're pushing for 5G. All right. People are always talking about the 5G and how it's bad just because of the radiation it emits, which is absolutely true. However, the real danger is that there is no lag time in communication from operator to apparatus. All right. So, real-time commands can go from the operator to this thing that may or may not be weaponized and give it, specific instructions. So, you see, this is Esau, man. He's preparing. OK. All right. He's preparing. all right, because he knows he's about to come down with great wrath.
Having
All right.
a short time.
Because he only knows he has a short time, man. So he's going to do what he can, man. All right. It started with this pandemic. Okay. All right. They rolling out all the different jabs. All right. They're trying to get total control, man. All right. And for those who are dissenters, all right, they already featured FEMA camps. All right. For those who are dissenting against the norm, or those who wind up, quote unquote, positive for the Crown Royal. Okay?
Huh.
All right. And we know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and the great teachings of our elders, okay, that these are preparations and the weapons of Esau, because after all, this is Esau's blessing, okay? The Lord gave him the blessing of the sword. All right. And he's going to use the sword, him actually being the Lord's sword, to come down onto the Lord's people with the sword.
I can just get it real quick.
Go ahead,
I
bro.
read that,
Yeah.
man. It's Genesis 27:40. And by thy sword shalt thou live. Esau living by the gun, and he damn sure dying by the gun.
Well, hell, he rules the entire world. How did he get control? All right, by his weaponry, his technology. All right.
It says, and shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have done the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And that was a prophecy that already happened.
Right. Because we ruled in pretty much the world for about 1,000 years. And then during the early 1400s, the Renaissance era, which means rebirth, here comes good old white folk back again. All right.
Whitewashing everything, iconoclasm.
Right. The Lord had it ordained that we would go down through, so many matters, mainly through pestilence and the sword, which is prophecy. All right. You'll know it as the Black Plague. Why did they call it the Black Plague? Because it affected the black nations, man, the black people that were in rule, okay, the majority of us, and that weakened us to the point which allowed them to come into power. All right, that's what
Salakia, what would they call it? The Dark Ages.
The Dark Ages.
The medieval times.
Right. when so-called dark people were in power. All right.
In medieval times, going into the evil, regarding, them being taken out of their power.
Right.
You know what I mean? You went to Jacob's trouble.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's Jeremiah 30:7. At last, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And what's going to save him? That knowledge and stability. Ultimately, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But it's going to be so much shit going on.
Right.
As the brother just read, you see this fucking technology, man. It's going to be so much shit going on that this wisdom and stability is literally going to be your stability in these troubling times to come.
Read that last part of that before I hit that one more time.
It's Jeremiah 30:7. At last, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
Hey, it says that so much that none was like it, man. So basically, we're coming into the worst time in human history, okay? And it's for Jacob's trouble, okay? Now, I'm just giving context to how bad it's going to be, but what it also said that he shall be saved out of it. Okay, and that's talking about the elect men, man, the 144,000, all right, and the 1/3 of Israel, okay, they're going to be saved out of it, okay, but there will be perilous times, man. It's going to be bad out here, okay, it's going to be super bad, and one of the reasons it's going to be bad is because we're going to be at a point where we have to fend for ourselves. We're no longer in that so-called grace period. All right, where the affliction was light, it's going to come down super heavy, man. You're going to have to get the jab. You're going to have to take the chip. You're going to have to do whatever they want you to do to be a part of society. And if not, this is very well going to be something that's probably going to be strolling right through your front door, weaponized and all. All right. And if you don't think that that's a reality, you already saw it. Hey, that dude where I just played the clip where he, put the gun on a flying drone. OK, Yeah, he got help from his professor to do that and then was arrested and charged federally. You know what happens in those type of situations? You see it in movies all the times. They're going to recruit his ass and have him build even more sophisticated drones that are weaponized. Why? Because they see that he already had a knack and a penchant for it. Because contrary to popular belief, that's where they find you at, is at these universities.
There's our guy. Let's
You
get
know,
him.
and then what they do is they trump up all these charges and they get you in a position where it's like, you got this, you're facing 12 years in jail or whatever, or you can come work for us and this, that, and the third. So that's most likely,
and you'll be acquitted of all charges.
right? And that's most likely what happened to that guy. But I digress. This is MSCHF's latest drop lets you control a Boston Dynamics robot with a paintball gun on its back. Okay, so this is a art gallery, so to speak. Okay, and they put a paintball gun on the back of this thing. So what's keeping the federal government or state government, local police, whatever, from putting a 9mm on it?
Right.
Huh? Nothing but a goddamn pen and a piece of paper. Okay, the moment that they make it legal for law enforcement to start weaponizing these particular drones, man, you're gonna come on, man. Like, you gotta be able to see this through a spiritual eye, man. Okay, there's no reason why you have people building them, all right, on their own time. All right, at their schools, they're talking about it, obviously, because him and a professor did it. They're doing it in art galleries. They put it in the movies everywhere, okay? It's because they're creating a normalcy bias. So if you hear somebody talking like how we talking to you, trying to warn you about what's going on, then, that's something in the movies. But I'm showing you in the articles right now, okay? And the bro just brought out the scriptures, man. This is Esau's blessing, and he's going to use it to try to maintain power, man. To try to upset the prophecies. All right? This is how he runs shit. And this is how he's going to continue to run shit. But it's also the way that the Lord is going to send his kingdom down, man. All right? Because the same weaponized things that he makes, okay, from small arms drones up to thermonuclear destructions, they're going to all fall back on him. Okay? And like the brother brought out in the scripture, okay, we're going to be saved out of that time, though it's the worst time in history.
This is Jeremiah 14:15. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and I sent them not. Yet they say, sword and famine shall not be in this land. By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed.
Hey, so that's your Bishop Nates, even though he recanted, and now he says there's going to be a Jacob trouble. He's lying about lying, but, I digress. More or less, these pastors who preaching this prosperity doctrine, okay, these wayward, motivational speakers and so-called internet gurus that, basically, hey, man, buy Bitcoin and this, that, and the third, and, you'll have a wealth of money, from your investments here 10, 15 years in the future, man. Your kids and your grandkids. Man, ain't no goddamn kids and grandkids going to have no good future. They're going to be in the midst of Jacob's trouble if they even get to that point, man.
Man, Lord, listen, man.
I don't see it. I don't see another 5 years, and that's being super fucking generous. Okay? I don't see another 5 years of the life the way that it is, man. You've seen how 2020 went. You see how 2021 is starting off, okay? And it's not looking good, man. This is February 22, 2021, man. All right? They for art, they're putting paintball guns on top of drones. So for so-called justice or law and order, and of course, I'm throwing the air quotes, all right? They're going to weaponize these drones, and they're going to use the 5G technology that they've been pushing for the last 5 years, okay, to control them on our streets. How do I know this? Because they're already fucking doing it in New York City, the biggest city in the world, the central hub of all the workings of Babylon.
Hey, man, you remember, we all seen Terminator, man. You remember what happened when Skynet was created?
Hey, exactly.
And how that shit ended.
Right.
Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, man.
Exactly.
He that setteth a trap shall be taken therein.
Come on,
You know what I mean? So this shit, man, it's the more technology and shit that come out and that's being revealed, you know, the more certain it becomes to us that's in the know, Lord willing, we be those men, that the Lord's coming back, man.
Exactly.
That's why we look up, because our redemption draweth nigh.
Right. Right, man. And that's why we gotta have faith, because there's no way to fight against this for real, regardless about what was his name? Len, the sleep paralysis demon. No matter how many schematics and blueprints he put out, man. You know, even in that show, The Black Mirror, all right, just a little synopsis, you know, they was trying to get something from a warehouse, and that's a security drone. At the end, she ended up defeating the drone with a shotgun after getting all dinged up herself. All right, and as soon as she defeated it, all right, the camera pans out, and it's, you know, hundreds more traveling across the countryside to come and get her, man. All right?
Heavy.
And imagine, okay, 10 humans, 10 of these things in full combat array. Who you think's winning, man? All right? One of these things could possibly take out several. All they got to do is throw some Kevlar on it, man. The bullshit small arms fire we got ain't doing nothing.
Man, I was just looking up shit, looking up precepts and stuff before we did the video, man. They got that prototype they've been working on since 2013 called Talos. You know what I mean? It's like a liquid skin prototype. It's like, you know, a super soldier suit.
Military grade Oobleck.
Yeah.
Remember Oobleck?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Masalaki.
Nah, you good. Nah, I had some in mind.
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, basically Oobleck was it's like starch and water or something. I forget how it was, but basically, the more force you put into it, the more solid it would get. And somehow they're able to take that type of those properties and use different materials and construct basically super soldier suits or super armor. All right. So if it's fluid that the soldier can move. However, if it's struck by a bullet, it would get super duper dense and keep it from penetrating, man. So put that on these things, all of a sudden you have an indestructible killing machine. Right? And these things going to be running wild in Jacob's Trouble, man. I can already see it because they're shaping society to make you accept it. And then once you accept it and they flip the switch on y'all, pull the okie doke, y'all going to be running from these things, man. Because shit's going to get bad. All right? Even the unbelievers, a lot of them ain't going to take the chip. They're going to rebel. All right? A lot of people aren't going to be down to just do whatever this devil tell them to do, even some of their own people. And so there's going to be, all type of, it's going to be all hell breaking loose, man. All right. And these things is going to be around for quote unquote law and order, because contrary to popular belief, man, a lot of military who are Americans, a lot of police that are Americans, they know that a lot of this shit is wrong, man. All right. And they're not going to be willing to pull the trigger on their own countrymen, so to speak. All right. But like the guy in the drone video, or the news article about the drone video said, you see what people say on the internet because they're never going to be held accountable. So imagine what you could do when you're not present and not accountable for weapons. Weapons advances drones, man. All right. So, hey, man, grab that scripture. The Lord have set up watchmen. Real quick, I'll end all that. Come on. Because we looking out for these certain things, man. All right. And the Lord has blessed certain men with spiritual eyes, to be able to see things coming before they come, man, because he reveals his secrets unto the prophets. All right. And so it's our job, all right, as men of the Lord, as the hopeful elect, to stand on these towers and watch and see the things that's coming past, man. All right. And it's no good reason other than these things will be implemented for this much press, this much concern, all right, and this much work. I mean, hey, DARPA they're in charge of making military weapons. So why do you think they made these? So they can help you around and clean your fucking house? Don't be naive, man. Hit that, bro.
That shit's going deep. Yeah, look, it's Isaiah 62:6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day or night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, keep not silence.
Hey, man, so we not going to stop talking, man, about the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai and the things that he reveals to us so that we can feed the people and people can see the things that we see through the Spirit, man, and hopefully they be warned. Get that wisdom and knowledge real quick, and we're going to end on that. Matter of fact, Salaki.
Nah, you good, up? You good?
You know what I mean? Because you had made mention of it before, and so I think that's fitting.
Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is his treasure.
Hey, man, so the first thing you ought to have is the fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, which is what? Going to give you the wisdom. Okay? And then with wisdom comes the knowledge, man. And so that's where we at with this thing, all right?
Yeah, wisdom is more precious than rubies, man. Hence the name, it's his treasure.
Right.
We treasure this knowledge because it's a gift.
Right.
You know?
All right, and with that, we're going to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakwadash. All right, double honors to our elders and apostles at Great Millstone. All right, and shalom to the hopeful elect.
Shalom.